ago, before there were any people in the world, dinosaurs ruled Earth. Dinosaurs were creatures of many different sorts, shapes, and sizes. Some dinosaurs were small. Others were very, very large. Some dinosaurs lived on land, and some swam in the sea. Many dinosaurs ate plants, but others were meat eaters. The biggest meat-eating dinosaur of all was Tyrannosaurus rex. Its name means Tyrant Lizard King. Tyrannosaurus rex had a large mouth full of sharp teeth. It used its powerful hind legs to chase after other dinosaurs. While Tyrannosaurus's legs were big and strong, its arms were tiny and weak. They would have been of no use in catching prey. Tyrannosaurus may have used its arms to get up after lying down. That was probably not easy for a giant dinosaur to do. Great meat-eating dinosaurs, like Tyrannosaurus, didn't always catch their own food. Sometimes they tried to steal it from each other. And then, what a fight there was. Tyrannosaurus was strong and fierce indeed. But there were some other dinosaurs that may have been its match. Triceratops was smaller than Tyrannosaurus, but it was very powerful. If attacked, it could put up quite a fight. Unless it was very, very hungry, Tyrannosaurus would probably have left Triceratops alone. Tyrannosaurus didn't start out big and fierce and strong. It started out as an egg. Its mother probably watched over her nest the way mother crocodiles do today. When a baby Tyrannosaurus hatched out of its egg, it was very small. But it grew very fast. A full-grown Tyrannosaurus could have been 40 feet long and could have weighed as much as 7 tons. The world was a very different place when Tyrannosaurus was alive. Many of the plants and trees looked a lot like those we see today. But the world was much warmer. Much of North America was like a jungle, perfect for dinosaurs. Most scientists believe that dinosaurs were similar to such reptiles as lizards, snakes, and turtles. And reptiles like to be warm. Of course, today all the dinosaurs are gone. They died out long ago. We know what they looked like only from the bones they left behind. These bones are called fossils. Scientists dig up the bones and put them together in museums where people can go and see them. This is what a whole Tyrannosaurus rex skeleton looks like. No one is really sure why all the dinosaurs died out. There may have been a great disaster, such as a comet striking Earth. Maybe there wasn't enough food for the plant-eating dinosaurs. Or perhaps the weather just got too cold. Whatever the reason, the dinosaur era came to an end about 65 million years ago. Tyrannosaurus rex, the Tyrant King, stalked Earth to the very end as the last ruler of the age of dinosaurs. Long ago, reptiles ruled the earth. There were many different kinds of reptiles. There were crocodiles, turtles, lizards, and snakes, much like those you see today. But there were other, stranger kinds as well. On the land, the giant dinosaurs were king. In the sea, great sea serpent-shaped reptiles ruled the waves. But in the air, who ruled the skies? The skies of long ago were ruled by the pterosaurs. Their name means winged lizard, and that is just how they looked. Their wings were made of skin stretched over bony fingers. One family was called the pterodactyls, or winged fingers. Most pterodactyls were about the size of seagulls. They may have lived like seabirds too, flying along the shore, catching fish or other small sea creatures. Pterodactyl wings were long and narrow, similar to those of birds, but like bats, their wings had claws. Pterodactyl beaks were also long and narrow like most birds, but again like bats, they usually had many sharp teeth. One of the larger pterosaurs was Pteranodon. It had a wingspan of 24 feet. It was one of the few pterosaurs that had no teeth. Its name means winged no-tooth. Pteranodon may have lived like a modern pelican, catching fish in the sea and carrying them back to its nest in a large throat pouch. Its nest may have been built on high sea cliffs to protect its helpless young from meat-eating dinosaurs. Pteranodon had a high crest on its head. This may have helped to balance its long beak. Different kinds of pteranodons had differently shaped crests. Though Pteranodon was big, it was not the biggest pterosaur of all. Even bigger was Quetzalcoatlus. This flying giant had a wingspan of 40 feet, the size of a small airplane. Quetzalcoatlus did not live near the sea like most pterosaurs. It lived far inland. It may have caught fish in rivers or lakes, or it might have been a vulture-like scavenger that fed on the carcasses of dead dinosaurs. Most pterosaurs were much, much smaller than Quetzalcoatlus. The smallest of all was Pterodactylus elegans, or elegant winged finger. It was not much bigger than a robin. Like the birds of today, different kinds of pterosaurs had differently shaped beaks. Dimorphodon had a big toucan-like bill that may have been brightly colored to attract a mate. One strange pterosaur had a long, curving beak full of fine hair-like teeth. It probably used them to strain the tiny creatures it ate from muddy water. Its name was Pterodostro. Another pterosaur had a pointed upturned beak. It may have been used to pry open oysters and clams. It was called Jungaripterus. The first pterosaurs were different from their later pterodactyl relatives. They were all small or medium-sized, with shorter beaks full of teeth. Most had long tails, some with flaps on the end. These helped them to steer in flight. A small, short-tailed pterosaur was called Enurognathus. It had a blunt beak with peg-like teeth. Scientists think it ate insects, catching them in flight like a bat. Sordes may have had fur on its body. A fossil from Russia seems to show a thick, hairy pelt. This may be the only reptile fossil ever found showing fur. For years, scientists have puzzled over how pterosaurs stood and walked. Since these creatures had bat-like wings and claws, most scientists thought they must have lived like bats too, hanging from branches or cliffs and crawling on the ground. But now, many scientists think that pterosaurs folded their wings across their backs and walked on their hind legs like birds. Though pterosaurs looked like bats and birds, they were not closely related to either. A few scientists think that pterosaurs were true dinosaurs. Others believe they were dinosaur cousins. This family tree shows how most scientists think they evolved. Pterosaurs may have come from the same reptile ancestors as the dinosaurs themselves. Birds were probably an offshoot of the dinosaur family. Bats probably came from early mammals that looked like mice. The first true bird lived at about the same time as the early pterosaurs. Its name, Archaeopteryx, means old-winged. It looked like a mixture of reptile and bird. It had feathers like a bird, but teeth, claws, and a long tailbone like a reptile. We know this early bird had feathers from the fine quality of the fossils that have been found in Germany. Earlier, when the first pterosaur fossils were found in the same place, some scientists thought they were sea creatures. Their wings were mistaken for flippers. The large fossil skeletons of pteranodons were discovered in Kansas in the Wild West days of the 1870s. Scientists brought the fossils back east, reconstructed the skeletons, and hung them in their museums. We can see them there today, soaring overhead, and imagine how they looked in the skies of long ago. Pterosaurs died out at the same time as their dinosaur cousins, but birds, dinosaur grandchildren, lived on. Why? No one knows. Perhaps one day the secret will be discovered. Perhaps you will be the ones to find out. Toward the end of the age of dinosaurs, the plains and forests of North America were filled with dinosaurs of every size and shape. There were giant meat-eaters, duck-billed plant-eaters, armored dinosaurs, and dinosaurs that flew through the air. During this time, there were large numbers of three-horned dinosaurs called Triceratops. These giant dinosaurs were 30 feet long and weighed more than modern elephants. Triceratops probably lived in herds that roamed the western plains, just as herds of bison would do in a later age. Triceratops, especially the young ones, faced danger from huge meat-eating dinosaurs such as Tyrannosaurus. The full-grown Triceratops might have protected their young by forming a circle and pointing their long horns outward like a wall of spears. Sometimes a hungry Tyrannosaurus might have found a Triceratops that had wandered away from the herd. Even when caught alone, the Triceratops could have put up quite a fight. Triceratops would have charged at Tyrannosaurus, using its horns as a weapon. Tyrannosaurus would have tried to dodge Triceratops and attack its neck from behind. But Triceratops's neck was protected by a thick, bony shield. Its swinging tail was a powerful weapon, too. Triceratops's horns and shields could have had other uses. Males may have used them in mating battles, the same way deer use their antlers today. And like deer, male Triceratops may have shown off their headgear to attract females. Triceratops's horns and shields may also have helped the dinosaurs recognize their own kind. There were many different kinds of dinosaurs in the Triceratops family, and each had its own kind of headgear. Torosaurus, Orinoceratops, Chasmosaurus, Pachyrhinosaurus, Centrosaurus. One of the most unusual members of the Triceratops family was Styracosaurus, a weird-looking spike-headed monster. Only 2 fossils of this dinosaur have been found. One early member of the Triceratops family was Psittacosaurus. This dinosaur walked on 2 legs most of the time. It also had a parrot-like beak. In fact, its name means parrot lizard. Protoceratops lived in what are now the deserts of Mongolia. The scientists who found Protoceratops's bones also found their nests under the sand, complete with fossil eggs. The first Triceratops fossils were found in Colorado more than 100 years ago. At first, only the Triceratops's horns were discovered. The scientists who studied the horns thought they belonged to a bison. But when an entire Triceratops skull was found, he realized that he'd made a mistake. It wasn't long before an entire Triceratops skeleton was unearthed and put together. It's not surprising that the scientists who found Triceratops's horns thought they were from a bison. Both creatures traveled in vast herds over the same plains at different times, and the bison nearly died out, just as the Triceratops did. The bison herds were victims of man, while Triceratops was a victim of the forces of nature. While the bison survived, Triceratops did not. By the end of the age of dinosaurs, Triceratops and the rest of the horned dinosaurs had all died out.